Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're set for today's video. So it's a Fidens beer. It's not on a Friday though. So this is Jasper. I have actually reviewed this beer, but here's why I'm re-reviewing it. There's a few reasons actually. It was about 2.5 years ago when I reviewed it, so it's been a while. They seemed super excited about this crop of Citra that they got, because this is all Citra. So I wanted to try it anyway, so I'm like, well, I might as well film it. They also, and I was able to grab, besides this can, they released Jasper with Peacherin, and I'm going to review that tomorrow. So this way, like what the base is will be fresh in my mind when I do that review tomorrow, and I'll post it in that order too, so you guys will see it tomorrow as well. And wait, I think those were all the reasons, right? I think so. My friend, who I haven't talked to in a while, John, if you're watching this, hope you're doing well, John, introduced me to this beer specifically. I don't know if it still is his favorite, but it was his favorite beer 2.5 years ago from Fidens. So he scored me a can and was like, yeah, you need to have this. And it's really good. I love Citra, probably my favorite hop, right? But yeah, I'm excited. And it is just under a week old at time of review. Oh, 7.8% ABV, if you don't know that about the beer. Yeah, so it's like that burnt orange color, approaching more of like butternut squash even, like butternut squash soup specifically. At least the way I make it, which is curried. So it has curry powder, and then it's got a little bit of like coconut milk and stuff that lightens it up. Anyway, so it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So somewhere between burnt orange and how I make my butternut squash soup. The head's off-white, a little bit of gray in there. I don't know, about half a finger. But yeah. Oh. Trying to get in the habit of doing that. Yeah, it's a little milky for the legs. Some lacing, not a lot. Let's get to the aroma. It's pretty peach forward, which, for Citra, like my holy trinity, and yes, this has all three. And I've said this probably almost every review of every beer that I know Citra's in, or I guess that Citra's in. Oranges, peaches, and mangoes. This is very peach forward, which is why I'm so excited for tomorrow to see how much more peach that kicks out in this beer. But yeah, I definitely get the mango and the orange as well. But I would say the peach is probably the most by a little of those three. A little generically tropical, little earthiness. Some nice sweetness. The fruits are ripe for sure in the aroma. That orange juice must have gotten jealous because that's like kicking up too. But yeah, smells fantastic. Let's get into the glass. Cheers. That's really good, man. It's got that killer mouthfeel. So good, man. You have that sweetness, the ripe fruit for sure. Maybe even approaching overripe. But that bitterness hits quickly. It hits hard, which I love. Old school IPA guy, the IBU wars. I love bitter beers. And I like sweet beers, and the fact that you get that sweet, ripe fruit thing for sure. And then, plenty of bitterness that you're drinking a beer and all that stuff. Like for me, it really lands where I want it to. It's such a nice sip. So kind of building off of what I was saying, the aroma, in the taste, I actually do get more orange. So for me, it goes orange. Pretty close second is peach, and then down below that's mango. Gets that generically tropical fruit thing going for sure. The orange is juicy, but there is a zest element to it. Maybe even a little bit of like lemon zest also. Dank, definitely interwoven. Almost not like, speaking of West Coast IPAs, not like because of the great IBU wars, but it doesn't hit me like how that can have that dank orange quality. This is very much that New England style orange that I'm used to, at least, and I think people who drink this style a lot know what I'm talking about. And that specific element, the dank is interwoven in, so it does hit different despite it sounding like similar tasting notes. And I'm kind of harping on it because for me, the peachy element is its own thing with no dank. Same thing with the mango and the generic tropical stuff. The earthiness is its own thing, but like that orange quality has that danky quality as well. Good balance of the bitter and the sweet stuff too. Like that sip, almost instantly the bitterness was there, but also there was plenty of ripe fruit. Like, yeah, it's a really nice beer. I don't know if it's I don't think they technically have a flagship beer. This is definitely one of their, like, what seems to be like kind of like as core of a beer as they make, and for good reason. This beer is phenomenal. I'm so glad I grabbed a can of it. And again, really excited tomorrow to try the one that has the Citra plus the Peacherine in it as well. So make sure you check that review out also. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had another beer recently that was all Citra or Citra forward you want to tell me about? Just major life event that was something of note? I don't know. Comment section below. Let's get those conversations going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews, both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.